Okay. Who do you spend your days listening to? Who are you giving your time and attention to? Who, divine brother? Who, divine sister, are you actively investing your time, your energy, and your attention in? In this era that is overflowing with information, brothers and sisters, everybody is giving you information because we all have these wonderful creative devices that was once upon a time the idea in the mind of somebody, and because they have went within the ether and brought that idea down from the ether and manifested it in reality, we all now have the ability to express our truth. Well, some of us, it is our truth. Others, they're studying others truth and repeating it to others. Again, yeah, you got fuck niggas out here that's literally watching people and taking their ideas and going to get others to follow them. It's a part of creation. But again, because you have the spirit of discernment within you, it is your responsibility to determine who's really about what they're talking about or who's just spitting out the words that they heard from somebody else. Take hold to that. But yeah, now that we have these devices, we effortlessly give information left and right. The question becomes, who are you giving your time, your energy, and your attention to? What books are you reading? Because even the very books that you read, it could be a magazine, it could be a simple paragraph. Anything that your attention is placed upon is influencing you. If you do not know how to pick and choose wisely which ideas are influencing you, you are at the mercy. Your mind is at the mercy of any idea. In fact, I'm gonna have to change the message from the right idea to any idea, because the right idea does what? The right idea, it brings you peace. The right idea does not create chaos within you. The right idea, it brings you understanding. The right idea brings you balance. It brings you order within yourself. The right idea gives you direction in which you can pursue a course of action in which you could take, that you know by following this idea, by following this path, it is right because it feels right. This idea doesn't just sound right to me, it feels right. The right idea is honest. The right idea is genuine. The right idea is authentic. The right idea is clear and to the point. There is no room for doubt that when you come across the right idea. Like, personally, I'm gonna speak for myself. Like, when I come across a podcast, a book, or information that I'm in search of, although the device that I have brings to me a bunch of that very thing that I'm in search of, be it a book or person or whatever, the spirit of discernment always guides me to that person that when they are speaking, something in me just listen. Something in me knows on an unconscious intuitive level that this person knows what they're talking about, not because they have heard it from somewhere, but because they have invested a great deal of time in researching and knowing what the fuck they're talking about. They know what they're talking about, and I can trust what they're saying. I just pick up on this. And the ones that don't know what they're talking about and they're just saying some shit for the sake of saying some shit, I know this too. That's why when I go through this shit and I hear whatever the fuck they're saying, I just ignore that. Like, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nigga, you out here pretending. The shit that you're speaking on, you know nothing about that. You ain't walking that path. You not walking that, you not walking that talk that you talking. So I just swipe, 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 swipe until I get to that one person who I just know this motherfucker know what he talking about. And so now you are deserving of my attention. You are deserving of my energy. You are deserving of my time. Because time is valuable. For me to sit there is this book that I read through Audible. This shit was like 8 hours long. Some books have been even longer than that, 12, some 18 hours. But because the value of that book and the information that was being offered to me, I spent an entire day sitting and just listening to that audio book, and it was so beautiful because it was right. Now you say, well, what was so special about the book? The information was exactly what I needed, and whoever took the time to write that book, they invested years to get that writing, that right idea positioned how it was for me to receive it. Brothers and sisters, we live in a world of ideas, as I've said. Every day somebody is trying to sell you an idea. Which idea are you buying? Which ideas have you been buying? And if you did buy an idea and you've realized this idea is no longer serving you, are you willing to either modify it or drop it? Because change is important. It was my desire to do this message quickly, but I'm guessing, well, the talks that I talk upon still, it's deep, but it's still surface level shit, because for me to truly take apart an idea, shit could take days. Take apart an idea to arrive at the core, because most ideas, honestly, a genuine idea needs to simply be simple. Nigga, tell me what's up and move on. An idea needs not be complicated. Truth be told, a complicated idea is the one that you want to stay clear of. A simple, direct idea is what you want. Why you want something complicated, I don't know. See, I'm a direct individual, and I know some of you, y'all too sensitive for the Godfather, because I speak my mind bluntly, and sometimes there's cuss words. And for you it's cuss word, and for me it's just a fucking word. Like, come the fuck on, man. It's just a word. But understanding that some people were brought up differently. There were some people who those words to mean that I perceive to just be a word, those words were used to bind you. Those words was used to hurt you. Those words was used to limit you, to manipulate you. So by me just carelessly, expressing myself, I may be causing harm to you. And it's never my intention to add on to your pain and your suffering. The intention is to free you from the prison that is your mind. So do forgive me, but I know no other way to be. I'm raw in everything that I do, raw in my way of living, raw in my way of speaking, raw in my way of thinking, raw in my perception of life. Absolute truth is what I desire in all that I do, think, and say. And as I've said, what is true for me may not be true for you, and I accept that. But because I have my device and I feel the way that my mind is equipped, because these things that fill my mind it helps others perceive the world in a more positive way. I express my thoughts, and it's not on here because on Facebook, on YouTube, in due time, there will be more and more people to watch these broadcasts. But right now, whoever that is watching it, it ain't you that I get feedback from. It's me just going about my day and me having a conversation with somebody serendipitously. And from that conversation, this person ready to turn their whole life around from the simple dialogue that we spoke on. And that's not the intention that the Godfather moved upon. Me and you were just talking, you sharing your life story with me, and I'm sharing my life story with you. And you're going through something, and that very thing that you're going through, I have either went through it or I'm going through it, but both our perception on that thing that you're experiencing are different. So now by you listening to my perception, you now feel better about the situation you find yourself in. You, after our dialogue, now feel you're in a better position and better equipped to handle that situation you find yourself in. In our dialogue, you find the answers that you're seeking. In our dialogue, you find the peace that you have been seeking. In our dialogue, you find the understanding that you have been seeking. And this is all that I do. And I have slept on this ability because, again, I ain't doing shit because I want anything in return. I'm just being me. But now realizing that me being me is beneficial to the world, and indeed, I just need to be myself. This is me being myself. Sharing parts of my experiences with y'all. Sharing the wisdom that once digested within my unconscious and bearing witness to the effects of that information within my reality and bearing witness to the benefits I share with my brothers and my sisters, because again, I want the best for you. Creation is a playground created for the divine's infinite expression of self. And let's just say the divine's children. It's a playground. But due to the wrong ideas that have long been accepted, you have forgotten how to play. You don't even know how to play anymore. You now look at life as a chore, as a burden, as a curse, instead of being that eternal child and enjoying life, enjoying the peace, enjoying the happiness, even in the midst of chaos. If you are truly an eternal child of the divine, you could find peace in chaos. You could find love in hatred. You could find pleasure in pain. If you but return to being a playful child. Weird. I know. But no, it's not weird. It is simply returning to self, because knowledge of self sets you free in ways that you have never imagined. Part of the many wrong ideas that you accepted was somebody else's idea of who you are. Take away the name. Take away your family's name. Take away your lover. Take away your friend. Take away the school you went to. Take away your entire childhood. Take away your body. Who are you? If you can provide me an answer, then you really don't need these videos. You don't need the Godfather, because you are your own God at that moment. But until you arrive at that point where you can self-identify without the name, without your background, without anything that is used within creation to identify you, until you're able to do that, I'm but a guide, a pointer, a teacher, if you will. But ultimately, I don't want to do none of those things. I don't want to be the guide. I don't want to be the pointer. I don't want to be the teacher. I don't want to be the master. I don't want to be none of these things. And do you know why? To answer that, let me say this. There was a young man that I came across. We spoke. And after we spoke and he got his answers and very happy, love them, love you, can't reveal who you are, but if you do manage to piece together the puzzle and you know I'm talking about you, I love you, brother, and I do hope you did what you said you was going to do. But yeah, he asked me, he was like, bro, or Unique, are you going to start a what's that thing called, like a church or something? Are you going to start one of these following where you like have people that you teach? He said you should do that because people really need you. And I'm aware of this, but what I told him was no, not in this lifetime. Previous lifetime, I've already done that, where I had a huge following. I guided a great deal of souls. I served a great deal of souls, and simply providing them the messages that now in modern times are being used to manipulate them. I've already done that. But in this lifetime, the sole goal is to give you or show you the power. Is to guide you to that position where you realize you don't need no book, you don't need no master, you don't need no pointer, you don't need no teacher, you don't need nobody but yourself. Because from what I've realized, we'll use the Bible for an example. That book alone, anybody who is able to poetically express those words that are within that book is able to yield a great following. And from those words, you as the 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 puppet master are able to manipulate many. that are seeking truth, that are seeking peace in this world that is overflowing with infinite ideas. And because of the power of those words, I've come to conclude that I don't want to put people through such things anymore where they feel they need to go to somebody or something outside of themselves to get answers. The power, I don't want it in the words anymore. Now, it is my intention to show you where the power is, to show you where the power has always been. But because this power is so grand, this power is so infinite in its glory, you find it impossible to believe that you are that very power. And at first, yes, brother, yes, sister, that shit is scary. To conceive yourself to be that which is I am. It's scary. It is shocking. It's impossible to conceive that the spark of divinity is you. But if you allow that power, by trusting it wholeheartedly, to show you and reveal itself to you, it will take you by the hands and guide you to every person, place, and or thing that is to help confirm that truth. That is to help confirm that fact. That is to help confirm your divinity. That power is all you have ever needed. That spark of divinity, that truth, that love, that unconditional love is all you have ever needed. Now, because it's so grand, yes, at some point your consciousness was not even in the position to even think that, because it was so low down the spectrum of conscious expression. So books was written, hence the Bible, hence the Quran, hence the Torah. All these books was written as a memory box to hold the truth, that is your divinity. The Bible simply speaks about you. If you take away all the wrong ideas that are within it, because within the Bible there are truth, there are lies. Within the Quran there are truth, there are lies. Within the Torah there is truth, there is lie. Within any book of truth that has been placed within the truth and lies, it is up to you, using the spirit of discernment, to decide what is true and what is the lie. What is the right idea? What is the wrong idea? Those books, they're all talking about you. But now to work up the courage to move in that light, to believe in such a way, and in believing in such a way, allowing that power to now show itself to you, allowing your own power to reveal itself to you, is too much. So you fear it. The responsibility of accepting your divinity is too much. So you settle for listening to the words about yourself and believing that somebody else is the only one that can grant you salvation, when salvation has been yours from the very moment you was birthed, when salvation has been yours even long before you was birthed. The amount of manipulative power these world leaders of religious belief hold over their followers is the reason why I have made it my choice and my decision to not get in that position. Not in this life. When I did it, it wasn't to manipulate anyone. When I was in that position of leadership over a great mass of people and teaching them the divinity of their soul, it wasn't to manipulate them. No, 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 no. It was from a place of genuine truth. Everything I do from a place of genuine truth and love. But once you vacate the vessel, you decide, well, I want to go do something else within the infinite realities or the multiverse, and you leave the shell behind. Everything that you wrote down is now left to somebody who saw the power your words and your messages held. And so now they get in that position, realizing that through these words, I control all these people. They hold on to my every word. I can say the sky is black, they're going to believe it. I can say right is wrong and wrong is right, they're going to believe it through the power of your words. I can't do that no more. So no, if I had it my way, and it is my way because that is what is happening within my reality. All those that cross my path that are ready to genuinely remember who they are, take the wisdom, go about your way, and leave me the fuck alone. And I'm grateful for the evolution of technology, because now I'm able to effortlessly do this without being in front of a great deal of people. The goal of this, take the information and go. Act upon it. And bear witness to the results within your reality. As I've said, I ain't for everybody. Because my words are so profound and truth that only a few are going to be able to handle the weight of the things that I say, of the information I offer. One video, general in the army that is light. General in the army that is my God. Meaning, my soldiers are not the average kind, are not the average soldiers. My soldiers are those that are able to bite on bone. My soldiers are the ones that are able to go in the midst of darkness and not allow darkness to affect them. And if darkness affect them, I come along and set them right. Get the fuck up, nigga. What you doing? You allow what that motherfucker said get to you? Nah, hell. You know you better than that shit. You say, yeah, man, you right. I was in a moment of weakness. I allowed that shit to shake me. Thanks for reminding me. Nigga, we back. That's what I'm about. I don't sugarcoat shit. I tell you what it is. In the exact same way that I speak to anybody that takes the time to give me their attention, their time, and their energy, it's the same way I speak to myself. So why would I come at you differently when everything I preach about, everything I speak about is about authentic self-expression? Why would you expect me to be one way behind closed doors and be completely different in the public's eye? See, that's what these fuck niggas do. The ones that are repeating words that I have written lifetimes ago. You come in the public's eye and portray this image of sanctity, but behind closed door, you don't even know what the fuck that word means. You come before the public's eye portraying the image of wisdom and insight of a prophet, when in reality, you ain't none of these things. We don't do that. What the fuck you see is what the fuck you gonna get. It is time you, brothers and sisters, become aware of the infinite ideas that is all around you, and your mind is open to them. You now are being guided to know that you are in the position of power to choose which idea you are to give your attention to your time to, your energy to. Ever since you was born, there has been nothing but ideas. Your mind has been open to any ideas. Your parents give you their ideas. And it all started with, well, first they guided you to learning your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s. Through your numerical sequence and your alphabetical sequence. Once learning that, you now are able to write out numbers, and you're now able to write out words. And you take those words and turn it into spells. But as soon as you're able to read and write, your parents come and they now start to indoctrinate you, or is that the right word? They now try to bring you over to their belief system. I find it interesting that religion is the one beautiful system, and I said beautiful from a mastermind perspective, because this system is the only system that conditions the follower to condition their offspring. That way you never break the cycle. That's some mastermind shit. And oh my God, when you sit and just ponder on that, it's poetic in a way. A system that conditions the follower to program its offspring. That offspring program its offspring. That offspring program its offspring, and it goes on and on and on and on and on until generations upon generations are conditioned to believe that systematic belief. Do you see what religion has done? Do you see what the educational system has done? Do you see what politics has done? All these systematic beliefs have conditioned the follower to recruit their offspring to believe the same thing. If you're a Democrat, if you are a part of a Democrat family, what do you think your parent is conditioning you to be? A Democrat. If you're a Republican, your parents are conditioning you to be a Republican. If you are a Christian, your parents are conditioning you to be a Christian. If you're a Muslim, you're being conditioned to be a Muslim. If you are Jewish, your parents are conditioning you to be Jewish.